I'm going to talk about 7 different side hustles that I started myself and ran. Now, the 6th and 7th made me the most money. Okay? Hi, my name is Greg Colosi. I am 68 years old and I've started 33 plus businesses. I know it's a lot. Not all of them made it. In fact, most of them did not. You know what? I learned the most from my so-called failures. I can tell you 5 ways that it'll work, and I can tell you 7 or 8 ways that it won't work. So in retrospect, I learned the most from the businesses that didn't make it. Now, recently, the last 5 businesses did make it because now I understand how things work, okay? And one of the things that I do is I don't spend any money to get it started. I primarily go out there and see if somebody will buy it, okay? And there's many ways that somebody will buy it. It could be online. It could be through posting on Facebook. It could be getting an email out to all your contacts and your friends. And you'll see coming up here that some of those you're going to want to do that with, okay? So the first one I'm going to talk about is pet sitting, dog walking, and poo-poo pickup, believe it or not, okay? So my wife does dog sitting. We've got 2 dogs that she sits for $200 a month. So she makes $400 a month watching dogs. Now, we lost our little Finnegan almost a year ago, and this has helped her tremendously, okay? So poo-poo pickup. I've never done this, but people charge. Okay, the main thing I want to talk about is dog sitting and dog walking. She walks the dogs, she sits the dogs, and the poo-poo pickup, while I'm talking about it, that's something you can do. Believe it or not, you can charge for a single dog $80 a month. You come once a week and pick up their poo-poo. 2 dogs, that goes up to like $120 a month. So you get 10 clients at $100 a month, let's say. That's $1,000 a month from picking up doggy poo-poo. Second, baking and or cooking for special events or on a regular basis. When COVID hit in 2020, I wanted to see, I'm like an amateur chef, okay? And I wanted to see if people would buy my cooking. Well, they did. I started a little business. I called it Italian Meals Delivered. And I operated it for about 3 years. It was very hard work. I made $400 or $500 a week, but it was exhausting. My hat's off to all the chefs that work these brutal hours cooking. So here's what I did. I came up with a menu. I started with all my friends, all my wife's friends, anybody that we knew. I put it on Facebook, sent out a text to everybody, and it grew to making $400 or $500 a month. Now, the first thing I did was just soups, okay? Homemade soups, homemade stock, everything was homemade, okay? And that did pretty good. That was making a couple $100 a week. Then we decided to go to full meals. Now, I still do, even though it's been over a year now that I cook on a regular basis, I still do lasagnas for the holidays. If you like to cook, lasagnas are perfect. I make everything from scratch, including the noodles. I make ricotta cheese from scratch. That's pretty easy to do. It's not a big deal. And if you want to know how to do that, just put ricotta in the comments and I'll get you a recipe to go ahead and do that. My lasagna, I make the sauce myself. So if you're a cook, you make your own sauce, okay? I made the noodles, made the ricotta, and then I put beef in it. I had beef and I had also hamburger. I made them all from scratch. And the 9x13 plate, okay? I was selling those for $130 each. And I'd sell 20 of those every Christmas and New Year's. I'd sell about 15 of those around Thanksgiving. So you add it up, and profit is about 80%. Okay, so if we do $1,000 worth, let's say 25%, it's gonna your food cost. You're gonna make about $75 per. So you got 10 of those, that's $750. You got 20 of those, that's $1,500. A nice little bonus around the holidays. Okay. Now I've never done this except for I do bake my own bread, and I made focaccia. We handed those out with the meals. If you love baking and you're a baker, you can sell a lot of stuff. You can sell muffins, you can sell cakes, you can sell Coogans, you can sell those big cookies, okay? Make your own kind of special cookies, make them a little big, charge $6-7 a pop for them, and you will have a successful business, okay? Next is translation services. Now, I don't speak any other languages, but my wife, Andrea, is from Germany. And she's usually got a student running most of the time that wants to learn German. So she'll talk to them on the phone for 50 minutes at a time and charge them $100 for that time to do that. So you can either do translation, which she didn't do, but she did coaching. I know of a person on YouTube that teaches Spanish, and he has a membership of $15 each. He's got 2,200 people in his membership, okay? So if you speak a foreign language and you speak English well, which if you speak a foreign language first, your English is probably better than most of us that were born here. Okay, next is house cleaning. When I had a dry cleaning pickup and delivery service. I married my wife, I did marry her, way back in 2001, but she came over here shortly before that from Germany and needed something to do. Didn't have a green card, didn't have a working visa, so we had to come up with something for her to do. So here's what I did. Back then, email wasn't really strong. There was no such thing as texting out offers. This was 2001. 2007, the iPhone came out, so it was before that. I think I had a flip phone. So I would just write out a note, actually type out a note, just a short note. Went something like, we offer house cleaning services now. Would you like a price? That's simple, okay? At the time, I had like 500 plus dry cleaning customers, and within 3 weeks, we filled up my wife cleaning 2 houses every single day, okay? She ran this business. I found her the customers. If a customer fell off, I'd put out a note. We got one available, and that'd get filled up the same day that I would put the notes out. I think maybe by then we were doing email also. So if this is something that you would like to do, I would recommend you get a hold of a dry cleaner and you make a deal with them, okay? And the deal is, first of all, you clean their house to show them how good you are, and then give them so much money from every dry cleaning customer that you acquire based on their list, okay? That is the simplest and easiest way to build house cleaning customers. And while I'm talking about it, poo-poo pickup, same thing. Go to a dry cleaner, do a mailing, clean up their poo-poo for nothing, and give them a cut. Maybe give them 5% of your revenue, okay? They'll be lining up outside the door. If you'd like some more clarification on that, just put in the comments down below, put down house cleaning, okay? Okay, next is coaching and mentoring. So as a retiree, I'm assuming if you're on Social Security and this video caught your eye, you are a retiree also, okay? Even if you're not, it doesn't really make a difference, okay? You've worked this whole life of yours, and you've built up quite a knowledge base, okay? Quite a knowledge base. So let me tell you what I did. Actually, I did a couple of things in my lifetime. I became very good at copywriting. I could write something that somebody would buy from. So for 2 years, I made a living doing that. It was brutal work because I don't leave any stone unturned, and I just started doing it for myself and made sales on things that I came up with. It was too tough. But if you know how to copyright and you want to work, 5 hours a day, and you could probably make somewhere. I used to charge, this was back in the 80s, I used to charge $5,000 for a sales letter that would take me about a week of brutal work to get done, okay? Maybe a week and a half to get it done. Consulting-wise, I was a dry cleaner. And I figured out how to get route customers without knocking on doors. And while I was still a dry cleaner, okay, I put together a system of exactly how I did that. And in 15 years, I sold over $2 million of those systems, okay? And I still coach and mentor some of those dry cleaners today. And I'm getting ready to kick up another program where I've got some more ideas for dry cleaners since COVID hit, which has changed our whole industry, or the whole dry cleaning industry. Half of the dry cleaners dropped off the map, but I've got something new that I'm going to give a test to. So again, when I do these tests, okay, and these businesses that you're doing, go in it with hardly any cash at all, okay? I'm not going in with any cash. I might have to subscribe to a couple of things that it costs me $25 a month, but I do that to get it started, and then if it doesn't work, I can cancel those easily. And then I'll know very quickly if this is selling or not. So I recommend the same thing. So what superpower have you learned over your career? Could you mentor, did you start businesses? Could you mentor entrepreneurs? Did you run an HR department for a company? Could you show companies how to set up their HR department? Probably. Were you in sales and marketing? Could you show somebody, a company, how to increase their sales through marketing? You've got these skills, okay? How about hobbies? What hobbies do you have? This is probably another one which I don't have on the list there, but what hobbies do you have? Are you a crafter? What have you learned from crafting over the last 10, 15, 20 years that other people would like to learn? How about crochet? Do you crochet? I mean, there are people on the internet making thousands of dollars per month showing people how to crochet. So think long and hard, or ask somebody else. What do you think, knowing me, somebody that's known you, for a long time, what do you think I could sell that I have experience in? And just let your subconscious mind work on it, and you will come up with something, okay? If you want some help doing that, put help with consulting or help with mentoring down in the comments, and I'll get back to you with something. I don't exactly know yet, but I got it in my database, okay? I'll get you something, okay? Next is, this is number 6. Number 6 and number 7 is where I make most of my money, okay? Your house. Now, this might not be possible for your house, and maybe you don't like this, but keep an open mind. Listen to what I'm going to share with you, because it generates about $3,600 a month for the last year and a half. We have a pretty big house, 5 bedrooms, okay? So upstairs has 3 bedrooms. And we've got an old house built in 1915 in a suburb of Rochester, New York, called Pittsford, okay? It's the nice part of town. We had 3 bedrooms upstairs, and all it had in those 2 of the bedrooms were all my golf clothes. Oh, by the way, you can tell I'm a golfer. And in the background here, you see from St. Andrews, that over there, that's my dad got a hole-in-one. There's some old golf balls from like the 60s that were red. There's some Hickory golf clubs up in the back there. And I like to cook too, and you can see all the pots and pans. I've got a little kitchen back there, and in other videos you'll probably see more of that, okay? So renting out your property. So $3,600 a month. Here's what we did. First thing we did is we put it on Airbnb. And that was a year and a half ago. 3 bedrooms. We only got 2 of the bedrooms ready because we figured, okay, if that doesn't work, we're not going to spend a lot of money getting these things ready. And by the way, we had everything. The only thing we invested in was a smart lock, okay? And on each bedroom door, we put in a deadbolt. So we spent less than a couple $100 getting it ready for Airbnb. And then I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to list on Airbnb, so I went ahead and listed those 2 bedrooms. Now, I listed those bedrooms together so a family that needed 2 bedrooms could stay in our place. Well, that did very well. That did about a couple $1,000s a month right off the bat. That was July, okay? So July, August, September, and into October, where we live up here, are the real busy months. Oh, before that, it's busy too. It's busy in May, June, July, okay, and August, and the rest of them. So I started watching some YouTube videos, and they said renting out by the room, you're going to make more money. And I'm thinking, gosh, we got 3 bedrooms up there. So first of all, I rented out the bedrooms just separately, okay, and they filled up quick. Did no more of the 2 combo. I just rented them out separately, and it was quick, okay? So the first weekend, we had 4 people, 2 people in each room, 1 shower, and they were fine. Then I talked to my wife, Andrea, and I said, let's see if we can rent out the 3rd room. So we got the 3rd room ready, and the 3rd room we called the German room, okay? We had some things in there that were German, so we called it the German room, and most of my clothing was in that room. So that was a big effort. We had to get all that clothing down, and I didn't know where to put it. So we took a spot in my basement, which is a walkout basement. I was willing to give that a try and see if we could make more money. Okay. Now, you might not be willing to do that. You might not be willing to move or shift things around, but if you like putting an extra $3,600 in your pocket like I did, it was not a big deal. So we started renting out 3 rooms at a time. First weekend, it was a couple of weekends later, we had all 3 bedrooms full, 2 people in each bedroom, 6 people, 1 bathroom. I didn't sleep well that night. No complaints the next day, no complaints the day after that. And ever since we did that, never a complaint. As long as you tell them up front that this is what it is. It's a shared bathroom. And they're fine with it. And there's a certain percent of the traveling population that travels with shared, and they're used to that, okay? In these hostels that are in Europe, there might be 15 people for a couple of showers, okay? A men's room and a ladies' room, and that's it. So there's a certain part of the population that's used to that. Now, that started generating between $4,000 and $5,000 a month. Okay, and the winter was coming, and my town was starting to talk about limiting these Airbnbs, restricting these Airbnbs. So as I have learned in business, is change before you have to. So we changed to a different market. And the market that we're in now, with our house and 3 other houses, okay, are traveling nurses. If you've never heard of a traveling nurse, or you know somebody that is a traveling nurse, and give them a call and find out what it's all about. So here's the skinny on traveling nurses. At our hospital, Strong Hospital, here in Rochester, one of 3 major, it's the biggest one, they pay a tax-free stipend of $4,800 a month for housing, for travel in your car or Ubers or taxis and food. Now, they don't spend all that, of course, and they're not like a corporation with some other rentals that I have done that we won't get into here. They're money conscious. So instead of renting out a furnished studio or a furnished studio that would go in town here for about $1,600, or a furnished one bedroom that would go for $2,200, they can rent a room from us. The houses, the three other houses that I have are 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. And we rent by the room. So they're paying $1,300 in 2 of my houses and $1,200 in the other one to rent a room. And I only put nurses in those properties. And I only put female nurses in those properties. You can't advertise it, but I just only answer the females, and we put females in those properties. So that has generated, a lot of money, okay? A lot of money. I don't want to get into numbers here. If you want to know more about that, we could talk privately about it. Just let me know down in the comments. I want to know more about these traveling nurses and or Airbnb, and I can give you the skinny on those things, okay? Okay, number 7, the last one, is create a course. Create a course like I did for dry cleaners, and we were making $25,000, $30,000 every single month besides the course, the actual cost of the course. And I also charged a monthly subscription where I would answer all their questions by email and or text later on. And also we met once a month. They could meet once a month. I did them on a Zoom call. Before Zoom, it was, we did it on those telecalls where they just listen on the calls, okay? So in your career, okay, you've learned how to do something very, very well. And you could put together a course, okay? There are so many different courses on so many different things. Doesn't have to be business, could be personal for somebody. How to lose weight, okay? I just lost 63 pounds in the last year. I could do something on how to lose weight, okay? And probably knock down a couple of $1,000s a month. So create a course, or as part of that course, you offer coaching. Coaching and courses go pretty well together. You could do coaching as a separate product, and you could sell courses as another product. Okay? So that is 7. Oh, I got a bonus. Number 8. You could start a laundry and dry cleaning pickup and delivery service. That's what I had. Okay? And we still do have a small pick up and deliver laundry business. So let me tell you how this works, okay? I would leave something I'd go to the neighborhoods, I go to newer neighborhoods, okay, and the better sides of town. You don't want to do this in a commercial area. You don't want to do this in a blue collar area. You want to do it primarily the people that spend a lot for extra services, and their primary reason they do it is to save time, okay? So I've got a whole course on how to do this. And if you want information on the course, just leave down in the comments information on the dry cleaning or laundry course that you have, pickup and delivery course, just something to that effect, okay? And I'll get you some information on it. That business... Well, back then we had pickup and delivery. We were doing $20,000 a month, and about 8 of that was dropping to the bottom line, okay? And we cleaned houses at the time. My wife, that was making a bunch of money. So as you can see, with these things that you can start with virtually nothing, okay? By the way, the laundry, dry cleaning, pickup and delivery, you don't need to get a van. Just use your car that you have it now. Put a clothes rack along the back. That's how I started mine. I start every business with virtually no money, okay? I call it Italian math. Don't spend it. I'm Italian, by the way. Colosi's my last name. Don't spend it on anything until you know if it's gonna work, okay? You got a computer, you can create some simple brochures, okay? You can go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and you can get some things done for $5 or $10. I'll put a lot of that information down in the notes, Fiverr and anything else that could help you go ahead and do this. Okay, that is it for today. 7, 8 proven side hustles that I've done, or most of those, okay, are perfect for people like you that are retirees. Okay, thanks. Make it a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.